Yep. So Rob G, the report is from coming out of Minnesota is that they're going to stick with JJ McCarthy and that they're not in on Aaron Rodgers, or at least not. They want a veteran quarterback, but not Aaron Rodgers. Is that correct?
Yeah, the headline of the offseason for Minnesota is forget a quarterback depth chart because we only got one guy, and his name is JJ McCarthy. The news today, it came out on Wednesday, is that the Minnesota Vikings, despite overtures from Aaron Rodgers' side, according to the reports, Aaron Rodgers contacted them, said, hey, I would love to play quarterback for y'all. They thought about it for about a week, ultimately decided, nope, we are sticking with JJ McCarthy, which is now just the latest quarterback that Minnesota has kind of shunned in favor of their new QB1. Famously, number one, Sam Darnold, who was their Pro Bowl quarterback, won 14 games last year and signed what was basically a one-year contract with the Seattle Seahawks. Minnesota said, nah, we're not keeping you.
You know what Sam Darnold's real record was last year? Let's just be honest. What'd you say it was, Rob G?
He won 14 games.
So you're going to say it was...
He was 0-2 last year, and those are the two games. He lost the 2 games. He was 0-2.
See how I do?
Hating, man.
No, I'm not hating. That's why he got that terrible contract. Think about it, Rob G.
Well, if that's what you said about Sam, what are you going to say about the backup quarterback?
I'm just saying.
Daniel Jones, who they wanted to keep to be the veteran president for J.J. McCarthy.
Terrible.
And he said, nah, fam, I might start, go head-to-head with Anthony Richardson in Indiana.
Yeah, that was
and we'll see what happens there.
And there you go. There's another general manager. Go ahead and put Daniel Jones in. Go ahead. Let's see how long you're general manager.
So now the Minnesota Vikings...
Seriously.
Minnesota Vikings will enter the 2025 season, barring injury, with a quarterback in J.J. McCarthy, who, number one, missed his entire rookie season due to multiple knee surgeries because he's been rehabbing all. They haven't seen him throw a pass in a competitive environment since week 1 of last year's preseason. And last but not least, even in college, only attempted 654 attempts as a starter at Michigan. Guys, are the Minnesota Vikings taking an unnecessary risk here with J.J. McCarthy?
Well, what they're doing is they bought into who their guy is that they believe in, and whether I like it, Rob likes it, you like it, they are all in. They are all in on the J.J. McCarthy experience. They went up and got him, and I'm glad you brought up, Rob G, those numbers, because, again, as somebody who's from Ann Arbor, Michigan, I watched every one of his throws, and we were all like, good, but...
Did you watch Tom Brady at Michigan?
I did.
And how did he look to you?
Better than JJ.
I'm just asking you.
Better than JJ. He didn't look like he's gonna be the GOAT.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody who says they saw somebody in college. I watched Tom Brady.
I completely agree. What
Tom
I'm
Brady
saying
was
is
not. That's why it was a 6th-round draft pick.
Right.
Okay, because he wasn't that. He had a dad bod as a college guy just out of college. He looked horrible.
He did.
Seriously.
He did.
I'm just saying.
Can I finish my point?
Go ahead.
Can I finish my point?
Go ahead.
Look at you. Now you defend it. We have come a long way. You defending Tom Brady. This matter of fact,
I just threw up in my mouth.
Mark this down. What is today? March 19th? This is the day Rob Parker defended Tom Brady. No, what I'm saying is whether any of us liked him, I saw him in college. I didn't think he was that guy to be jumping up to number 10 to get him. Obviously, if you got him, great. He's a winner. He threw 72% of his passes he completed. He didn't have to throw a bunch, as Rob just alluded to. When you look at like Cam Ward threw 500 passes in a single season alone, let alone a career. Michael Penix threw, like 3 times that. So these quarterbacks that we've been talking about that have come in with 40 starts, 50 starts, he only had 2 years a starter, but they want him. They're all in, and I get it. My point with this has simply been it actually isn't a knock on Aaron Rodgers. To me, I just thought if this is your guy, start the clock. Go ahead. You have Kevin O'Connell, who has been proven to be a great quarterback whisperer. You have a great defense. You've got a running game. You have a long runway with J.J. McCarthy if this is who your guy you believe in. So to me, why wait? Why hesitate? Why cloud the room and get it weird and Aaron Rodgers is there or somebody else with some baggage and some history and taking away attention? Just start it now. He had a year to sit and watch. He watched a great campaign from Sam Darnold. He watched a really good team. Roll him in. And if he goes 5-12, if he goes 4-13, so did Peyton Manning. He won like 2 games his first year. It happens. You start the clock. You get things rolling if this is the guy you believe in. Now, they got to go find a backup because guys get injured, period. That's just the nature of the beast. So they do need to go find a backup. But to me, the larger point was the Vikings fully are sold on J.J. McCarthy. Even if Kelvin Washington, wasn't. roll with it. This is your guy. Start the clock. Here you go.
No, but the Peyton Manning thing doesn't work because they were a bad team when he got there. They won 14 games. They were in the playoffs, okay? So they had a certain degree of where they are. They're a team that's ready to take the next step, win a playoff game, make a run. So you just got to be. Now, I'm not saying that he can't. We saw Jaden Daniels go to Detroit and beat the Lions as a rookie quarterback. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying that he can't. And the other thing, too, I think just because a guy didn't throw in college doesn't mean he can't throw, because Jim Harbaugh's offense was a running offense.
True.
Okay, Michigan ran the football as well as anybody.
A lot.
Okay, so that was a lot more to do. When he threw the ball, he completed 72%.
Yeah, but see, Rob, he missed some. Go ahead.
Okay, but you get my point. You can't just judge it on what system he was in. Obviously, they had to have looked at him and looked at when he did have to make throws. And I'm not saying he was perfect every time. People miss throws. I just talked about Tom Brady when he was at Michigan. He wasn't a starting quarterback. They had 2 or 3 other guys, you know what I mean, that got playing time over Tom Brady. So all I'm saying to you is they have to feel confident in that what they've drafted, that he's a winner, that he won a national championship. Yeah. Like, they put stock in that.
I do. I agree. That's my point, that he's their guy.
But I'm saying, okay, so that's in my defense of them going with JJ McCarthy. But if you're talking about getting a veteran quarterback that you feel could put you over the top and maybe win and solidify, you win one time in Minnesota is all you got to win. You don't have to win 3 Super Bowls. And if J.J. McCarthy bumps his head or is bad or isn't ready or whatever, and you kind of mess up everything that you got going, then people are going to start to look at the GM, look at the coach, and then all of a sudden what was a beautiful – it's a tough call. And you have to know that everybody doesn't know Jaden Daniels, okay? Nobody knew he was going to do what he did. Same thing, C.J. Stroud, these guys. But also the flip side is J.J. McCarthy could have learned from the idea that the Packers have sat their quarterbacks 3 years, learned under veterans, and then those guys have been able to blossom and still do what you want done. So I do see why you could even look or think about an Aaron Rodgers in this situation, or you deciding that you're going to go with the guy you drafted. It's a difficult spot to be in, because if it doesn't work out with J.J. McCarthy, it's not going to be his fault.
No, I think but the thing about it is, going back to the Aaron Rodgers side of it, to me, that just, like, I didn't see the upside of that when, again, you have the guy who you deem to be ready to rock and roll. Like, that's their guy. So to me, it only makes sense. I asked Rob G, who else is available still? Quarterbacks. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers still out there, Russell Wilson, but who else as far as backups potential?
Names you know.
Gardner Minshew still out there?
No, he's gone. Trey Lance, Drew Lock.
No, we straight on the first 2.
Joe Flacco.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Jameis Winston.
Nice.
Carson Wentz. Case Keenum. Teddy Bridgewater. Russell Wilson. Desmond Ridder.
Flacco. Just as far as having a solid backup, a proven guy, Super Bowl winner, has had some success even the last couple years, right? Had some success, got to playoffs in Cleveland. Flacco might be the guy to just bring in as a backup. I think Teddy Bridgewater, veteran, smart guy, or Joe Flacco. Those are the guys I'm on the phone with right now. Hello? I got a deal for you. 1 year, $6 million. Come on out here. $8 million. I don't know what Joe Flacco might want a little bit more, but come on out here. That's what I'm doing.
Joe Flacco? Okay.
Backup. Yeah. Don't act like Flacco ain't take the Browns to the playoffs a couple years back.
Did you see him in the playoffs? Did you see that game?
I said take him.
Okay.
I
just
need a serviceable backup, because JJ's my guy. If you're the Timberwolves, the Vikings.
Yeah, there you go. That wasn't a Freudian slip. That's what they're going to be, playing like a basketball team, going from 14 wins to maybe not making the playoffs. Now,
that's likely. They might not make it. I mean, they got to.
Rob, the problem with that is you're banking on the Lions falling off. So if Minnesota falls off, doesn't that mean the Lions have an easier schedule and now they don't fall off?
No, because they can still beat the Lions. Okay. They might only win 2. They won those 2 games. You see what I'm saying? JJ McCarthy's going to ball out because he played at Michigan. He's going to beat the Lions.
Rob G, let me ask you, who more? Rob hates the Lions more? I love the Lions more.
Rob hates the Lions.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hate is always stronger than love.
Yeah,
Everyone knows that.
Exactly.
But what you don't understand, I covered this team for 20 years. And all I'm saying to you is I told you what was going to happen this year. They blew that chance to go to the Super Bowl when they were up big at the half in San Francisco.
You didn't tell me they were going to be 15-2.
Yeah, Rob, in what world is a team going 15-2 a victory lap? I told you they weren't going to do nothing.
I told you.
It was decimated on the defensive side of the ball.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
11 guys, 13 guys were gone.
Dub was getting reps at free safety in the playoff game.
No.
They're like, Dub.
But see, that ain't
Can you give us 6 plays? That's all we asked.
They were 9.5-point favorites. Will you admit
yes, that was a terrible loss.
So don't give me. No, but those players were already. When Vegas gave you 9.5 points, those 11 guys were out.
I'm rolling my eyes
okay?
right now. Because you told me all season long as they went to be number 1 seed 15-2.
No,
Come on, Rob. Come on, man.
I'm not buying it.
Come on, Rob. I know you're not buying it. You ain't buying it all the way to 15-2.